Yep.
Test. Oop. Test, test,
Maybe
test, test. Test, test. Test, test. Okay. That should be fine.
Okay. Like, it's very. Yeah, I know. Maybe there is something. Somebody can.
Can you tell or?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, that's I actually want. Something that's. I don't know much about it.
All right, perfect. Recorder, can I just make a comment? Next time, maybe do it now, otherwise I'll forget. Make these bigger, a lot bigger, because the whole purpose of it is so if I forget your name, I don't have to have an uncomfortable thing. I can sneak in. And look
Yeah,
at
not a
it.
problem. The reason it actually is this size is it's based on like the largest name that we have.
Yeah,
And we
you
have
told
some
me that.
large names. So, but
But
I can,
okay,
I'll
just-
change it for, yeah, I can,
Maybe for those.
yeah.
Hey, David, how are
Is this
you?
a different room or it's
Yes,
it's
it's
been spiffed up?
No, it's
It's a different room.
Well, it's a different as of 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
I think
Are you going senile?
I think the last time I came was 13.
Okay,
Actually in person to
Okay.
lecture here. Okay. So that room is.
yeah, so this is a brand new,
Yeah.
brand new room and we have much less constraints on space. Or it goes up to like 115 or something like, or maybe the other room
Oh, I
was
thought
real.
that room was similar amount of seating.
No, like
Okay.
72. So we
Okay.
were always stuck in the back and.
Oh, yeah, I rember. Yeah. people
Remember?
would be standing in
Yeah,
the back.
it was
yeah.
terrible. Yeah, but so
Yeah.
this way I have to be it's much more relaxed. So, okay. Yeah, so this is a very nice, so you have three
Right.
panels
boards.
of boards. Here's your chalk, David. Look at that.
Two. Wow.
Are you happy?
Awesome.
Right there.
I don't use the color. I'm just black and white.
Beautiful. Well, I know you are black and white.
Oh, yeah. I feel like KITB and Santa Barbara have a very strong track record.
Okay, maybe we should begin. Good morning, everybody. My name is Leo Radzichowski. I'm a professor here in the physics department. I'm also director of this school for the past 23 years. So before we get started with the scientific part of this program, I wanted to say a few words, kind of organizational words, and welcome you all here and give you some background on what the school is all about. And well, in particular, this year's school, not including quantum dynamics, but also more generally the background for the school, how it was conceived and people that are involved, et cetera. So the school was founded in 2000. It was an idea of Steve Gervin's to establish like an ongoing school in the United States, given how much condensed matter physics and materials physics is going on here, rather than sending students, our American students abroad. And so it was established in 2000. And these are the PIs, the original founders, Steve Gervin, Andy Millis, Matthew Fisher, and myself. First inaugural school was on superconductivity. As you can imagine, first time running, and it was a big mess. Some people ended up, one of the organizers ended up in a hospital. I escaped to Aspen because I couldn't handle it anymore for a week. And anyway, things run a lot smoother now after 23 years. Andy Millis was replaced, stepped down after some time, and now Christina Marchetti, who is a professor in UCSB in soft matter, active matter, is one of the co-PIs that's helping me run the school. Let's see if okay. So these are the people who are kind of the brains behind the operation and the sort of the founders of the school. Just to maybe give you some idea, not on the slide, but the way we conceive schools is we solicit applications from condensed matter and material science community at large for people to suggest schools and put in a very simple proposal with just some motivation and proposed 4 weeks of lectures and the lectures and topics. And then we review them and try to select a few schools moving forward under advisement of our advisory board. We have about 20 very distinguished and very broadly with broad interest advisory board. Okay, so the school is not cheap. It's supported by NSF DMR by Daryl Hess, about $300,000 a year to bring you all here, to house you, to fly you over here, to feed you for 4 weeks, as well as lectures and administration that's necessary to run the school. So it's pretty expensive, but NSF has been quite supportive over the last 23 years, and we're grateful for Daryl Hess's support. Of course, there's also, we're grateful to University of Colorado Physics Department for administrative support and facilities and such. As I mentioned, there's an advisory board of 20 distinguished scientists, across fields, all the way from biophysics to and soft matter to superconductivity, topological states of matter, quantum dynamics, you name it. So then we have this broad expertise to be able to evaluate proposals that are sent in. So we really rely on them to try to weigh in these proposals and choose the best ones. So, as I mentioned, so there are 23 past schools, 22, I guess, starting in 2000. The first one was on superconductivity. If you want to look at the selection of schools that we have run. And also, this is a wonderful resource for past lectures. There's recordings there, and there are all the lectures from past schools. And I definitely draw on this for my own courses, or if I remember some topic was covered in the past years, I definitely use this as a resource. I encourage you to as well. So this year's school is a non-equivalent quantum dynamics. Of course, the website, and it looks like an amazing program, particularly judging by the largest, unprecedentedly large applicant pool. People have really appreciated the, the hard work of these organizers that have put an amazing program together. So I knew Chandran, Anusha, are you here? There's Anusha. Matthew Fisher, who will be coming, I think, in the second week. Vedika should be coming a little later this week, hopefully Wednesday. And Sagar Vijay is here. Okay, yeah, so we're grateful to them to, being the brain behind this school and really the scientific vision for the school. And they will say a few words about it after I'm done with these boring things. Okay. Yeah. So one thing I should say is also that we, over the years, we've 23 years is a long time now. We've had students who have come to the school, have graduated from the school, and then come back as lecturers, and then come back as organizers, already as a seasoned faculty members, and have lectured and organized schools. So I hope this is the way you should sort of think about the school as you're sitting here meeting your cohorts and interacting and learning about the school. You also hopefully will this will launch your academic career, and you will all end up as faculty and come back and send in proposals for interesting future schools. So look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to meeting all of you over the next 4 weeks. So some local details. So the school would not be running so smoothly if I didn't have these wonderful assistants. So one is audiovisual. We're using Zoom because that's kind of the simplest way to send things to YouTube and to store the data and to video record. So these guys are graduate students in the physics department here at Tzu-Chi. Can you maybe stand up? Or yeah, Tzu-Chi, Jack, Charlie, Yifang, and Zheng Zheng. Can you just raise your hands? So there they are. And Zheng Zheng is downstairs letting people in because the door is locked. Door is locked because we have Grateful Dead or Dead and Company in town for this weekend, this long week. It took quite a bit of finagling to try to hold the school today and tomorrow because of this event. But we made strong arguments. Okay, so the other very important person is Dakota, maybe the most important person from administrative point of view. Dakota is right there. Just you've heard from him, and you've also seen his email. Everything's of course on the website. He's the guy you contact for reimbursements. Okay, so university offers a lot of facilities, library privilege upon request, CU bike rental and bike station outside of UMC. You can rent a bike there, like longer term. Rec center, there's an amazing rec center with a climbing wall, lab, pool, weight room, basketball courts, climbing wall, ice rink, soccer fields, you name it, and it's all free. You just show up with they used to charge, and I don't know why, things never get cheaper somehow, but this time they are. So you just show your, I haven't tested it yet, but supposedly you show your white card, the C4C Kittredge card, then should let you in. Okay, so that's kind of an incredible thing. Computers, UCB guest wireless, UD-ROM works. No alcohol in public areas. This may sound draconian for the Europeans in the audience, but yeah, we could have this Dead and Company concert where people are getting drunk and and doing all kinds of drugs. But then as soon as it's a bunch of nerds, 40-year-old, 30-year-old nerds wanting to have a little bit of wine, it's big no-no. You'll get arrested. So don't make me go bail you guys out. Anyway, so no meals at housekeeping on the weekends. Let's see. Okay, so there's a bunch of things that we can providing for you: soccer ball, basketball. There are a bunch of hiking guides. If you need anything, just ask us. We can probably just buy it for you. Okay, if it's not too expensive and reasonable, and it's going to be used by a group at large, we can get it for you. There's a discussion room S106 in Buckingham that's reserved for you, so please take advantage of it. There's a lounge, ping pong, blah, blah, blah. So there's a reserve in C4C. There's a treehouse room that's reserved for us few days per week. And that's just because, C4C is a big kind of a, lots of people, lots of camps there. So if you want to have a more quiet dining for with a group of people from the school, then that's what it's for. We reserve that. So yeah, just remember treehouse room. AC is in rooms, but it only works if please close your windows to make it work efficiently. Lots of things to do in Boulder, hiking, guides are available there, biking. There's a tubing in the Boulder Creek. I have 3 tubes and I'll bring them in. You just have to pump them up. So that's a fun activity. There's Chautauqua Park, just southwest of here, within the, just a half a mile from here. That's kind of where all the simple hikes that you can go do, during lunchtime or after lectures. Then, you can go further, of course, Rocky Mountain National Park, Eldorado Canyon. There's a Red Rocks amphitheater that has lots of concerts, so look those up. Pearl Street is amazing for dining and microbreweries, so don't hesitate to explore that. That's why there's no dining on the weekends, to encourage you to explore Boulder and what it has to offer. This is just a boilerplate about the renting bikes, not the ones for the duration of the school from CU, but the ones sort of this B-Cycle app. So download that, and you can, there's some suggestions here of how to use it. I'm sure you can use it better than me. I've never rented those, but they're pretty handy around the campus. Okay. What else? Okay, so now this is kind of maybe more important motivational thing. Please, the school is successful because of the organizer, because the program is amazing, but it's also successful. It can only be successful if you all embrace it and participate, right? And you want to do it from get-go. If you just let it go and you kind of let the lectures know you, then it's the further it goes that you don't understand something, then the more difficult it becomes to ask questions. So please interrupt lecturers and to stay with the lecture and really understand it. So ask lots of questions. What else can you do? Organize student seminars, discussions, tutorials. If somebody wants to volunteer, who's technically savvy, to set up a Slack communication for the school, we would appreciate it. So if I'm not going to call on anyone, but please, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it to the students to organize this way. Also in the past, so people have done this, past schools have done this. Also in the past, people have set up Facebook groups, and that goes on for years, and people then go to March meetings and use that to communicate. And also when they're visiting places, they use Facebook to communicate and reach out to people. So actively participate in poster session and social sessions, organize research projects. If you want to work together, this is, if you see somebody who's with similar interests, that's, you can organize discussion and research projects that hopefully will get started here. Meet your classmates and lecturers. Please, for early time, please make sure you wear your name tag. It's really, serves a function, like to avoid embarrassment. So like if I forget your name, I want to be able to sneak in and look on without constantly re-asking what your name is. So it really is helpful. After a few weeks, after first couple of weeks, it's not really important. People will know each other. But for now, well, it still serves a purpose to be identified around campus, so then you can get into places and that you belong here. And then the final thing is, hopefully you've received my email about this. Yes? Yeah, well, from Daphne, it was from me, but Daphne sent it out. So hopefully you all have lots of great ideas. So here's an example of a t-shirt that was designed by one of the students on 2016 on topological states of matter, Tori Code, so wouldn't you love to be the designer for this year's school and, and moving forward, sort of have your name associated with the school in this way. So what we usually do is we have people, individuals or, groups work together. Maybe you're good artistically, but you're not so good technically. So get together with somebody who can render your idea and, and in the back of the room, you'll see a bunch of past year schools designs. They're also all on the website. So you can refer to those. So please, it's pretty crucial. I'm going to get on you. I don't want to have to be I don't want to have to send out those things by mail. So it's kind of crucial that we get this done within the first week and a half so that we can order them, have them, made and then sent back to us. So then we can distribute to you, in the beginning of the fourth week. And that for that to happen, we need to have a finalized design in week and a half, okay, by week and a half. And it's always takes longer, even if you think you have a design, kind of deciding on the final color and the final details always takes, last 10% takes 90% of the time. So please, front load it and try to, start thinking about this and trying to design and contact me send me all the designs and then we'll start cataloging them and going back and forth to try to iterate on the final design. Okay, so this is more remarks about encouraging you to interact. If you feel lost and find lectures unclear, don't be discouraged. Ask questions of speakers, ask questions and organize. We can organize tutorials. If there's some subjects, sometimes they're overly technical and they're just too technical to cover in the lecture. Sometimes we can convince a lecturer to organize a tutorial maybe as an additional sort of a technical thing, after technical lecture on the, after the main lectures of the school. But also some students are experts in particular area that is being lectured on, so we can have those students lead a discussion. So that's very helpful and also kind of get people all interacting. Okay. So what are the kind of just some highlights of the schedule? This is of course all on the schedule and everything's on, on the website. This is just to draw your attention to this. So tonight we're going to have participation introduction, brief 1 minute comment about yourself, what you're interested, physics wise, non-physics wise, some quirky thing about you like drinking and hiking or sleeping and horseback riding or something like that. We're going to have a poster session Thursday. There'll be first 3 weeks on Thursdays. There will be a poster session on the 11th floor with some drinks. And so this is in the evening after dinner, but it'll be preceded by a 2-minute slide-free advertisement. So a group that's doing the posters for this week will on Thursday from like 6:30 to 7:15 or something like this, people just come up and just say two-minute advertisement about their poster. This Friday night special, instead of having dinner in C4C, we're going to have dinner from the Taj, this local Indian restaurant. It's going to be on the 11th floor of Game of Tower, same place where the poster sessions will be. So it's not to be missed. It's really good food. Monday night, week 3, we're going to have a public lecture by Julia Simigini. So that's, it's not directed at you. It's directed at the public, general public. So it's going to be much more low level and qualitative, but still, you encouraged to attend. And Friday at the end of each week, what have we learned session will be held. So we'll just kind of open discussion, maybe lectures are still around, and organizers will summarize what we've been doing just to kind of summarize it all. Okay, and so here's the scientific program. I rambled on a little too long, so maybe Sagar and Anusha can say a few words, however formally or informally you want to do it. So thank you again, welcome, and I hope to get to know all of you, and I'm so delighted that you're all here.
Hi, everyone. So I guess Anusha and I are the two organizers that are here. So maybe we can just briefly introduce ourselves. So for those of you I haven't met, just I think most of you in the room, I'm Sagar. I'm a condensed matter theorist at UCSB.
I'm Anusha Chandran. I'm a condensed matter theorist at Boston University.
We're just going to keep this brief. Welcome to the Boulder Summer School. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you over the next few weeks. And we just wanted to go through very briefly what the scientific program looks like over the next few weeks. The school is going to cover some fairly recent developments, I think, in non-equilibrium quantum dynamics that we think are really exciting. It's organized in the following way. So I'll cover the first 2 weeks maybe. So in week 1, we'll really be discussing the dynamics of closed quantum many-body systems, topics like thermalization, many-body localization, periodically driven systems, random quantum circuits, and also numerical techniques in quantum many-body dynamics. At the end of every week, there's going to be a seminar that is on a topic area that's more at the forefront of research, which hopefully will be understandable to you given the lectures that have preceded it. I think the schedule that's shown on the screen isn't the most up-to-date one. So the Friday schedule actually the schedule is just slightly different. I would encourage you to consult the detailed schedule on the website, and hopefully that's also in your packet. And they're also hung up. Okay, right. Yeah, right. And if you have any questions, just let us know. Week 2 is going to be moving on to open quantum systems, quantum dynamics in the presence of decoherence, measurements, measures of sort of the complexity of mixed quantum states, what we can learn through observations of quantum many-body systems. As Leo mentioned, also at the end of every week, there will be a quick sort of what have we learned at the end of every week on Fridays.
Thanks, Augur. So I guess moving on. So I think we think of the first 2 weeks as setting the foundation, and then week 3 is more week 3 and week 4 kind of are 2 blocks. Week 3 is thinking theoretically about error mitigation in near-term quantum systems. So we have speakers there who have a quantum information type perspective, but the applications they're thinking about now are the near-term simulators that condensed matter experimentalists are building. So that's 3 speakers on week 3. Julia Samigini, it's the experimentalist, who will also be giving the public lecture in week 3. And then week 4 is experimentalists and theorists working on various types of architectures of near-term quantum simulators. So Steve Gervin talking about superconducting qubits, as Zlatko Minaev as well. Christelle Noel about ion traps. Emmanuel Bloch about cold atoms, to give a flavor for what's going on right now in these physical systems. Was there anything else we were going to talk about? Yeah, were there any particular, if there's anything you wanted to hear, you thought would be up here, but is not, come talk to us. Again, as Leo said, I guess the school is to be useful to you. So if there's something that feels like there's a hole there, I'm sure we can do something about it. Tutorials, discussions. Okay, so with that, should I introduce David?
Schedules that are and a lot of hard copies of the new directory, but really the thing to trust is the schedules on the web. Those are the latest ones. So now.
Okay. Oh, okay, you're all set. I'll give this to David.
Great, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.